Hello, everybody. My name is Priscila Lepre. I'm professor at Federal University of Alagoas and PhD candidate at Federal University of Pernambuco, both in Brazil. Our paper is entitled Wicked Problems and Design in Emerging Economies, Reflections about Design of Systemic Approaches Focused on Food and Territory. This paper is based on ideas developed for my ongoing research thesis at Federal University of Pernambuco in Brazil. The world crisis experienced today, especially those related to agri-food change, go beyond geographical boundaries, making our time one of the most complex on human existence. Hunger, food waste, food security associated to socioeconomic, environmental and cultural impacts demands an imperative resolution in order to attain sustainable development. The design discipline faced to complexity in assuming its strategic role in the transition to sustainable ways of life has developed systemic approaches with new theoretical and multidisciplinary contributions in the last 3 decades. Some of these design approaches to sustainability can be pointed as a transition, where instead of focusing on environmental approaches for product development, can be a shift towards complex system approaches. Between them, we see the systemic design approach that aims to support the development of an understanding of complex and systemic issues, such as those involving the discontinuity of anthropic lifestyles. This methodological approach could be operate beyond the boundaries imposed by other design initiatives, promoting systemic change in thought patterns, organizational cultures, and societies. Systemic design approach bring together the theories from system sciences like biology, cybernetics, and physics, complex thought like sociology and psychology, and design thinking to create new methodologies able to work in highly complex contexts, especially those linked with sustainability paradigms. Because of its complexity, these problems can be named wicked. Wicked problems are characterized by uniqueness, singularity, non-linearity, and difficult diagnosis. More than that, they are difficult or even impossible to solve because its deep and broad roots may result in interdependent, interrelated, and emergent socioeconomic and environmental impacts, for which there is no single set of objective response or approaches from a design point of view. In order to reflect on possible design contributions to the wicked problem scenario, 3 Brazilian initiatives related to food and territory were selected as case studies. Well, in the state of Alagoas, the 3rd poorest of Brazil, solutions that help in the development of communities that live in extreme poverty are leveraged by mixed initiatives that include a network of stakeholders that include political entities, third sector organizations, private companies, educations, and research institutions, funding agencies, and the residents. The first case is Pimenta do Tapera. Since 2006, the community of São José do Tapera, a small and disadvantaged municipality of Brazilian semi-arid, has been producing, benefiting, and commercializing varieties of pepper, an ingredient much appreciated throughout the Brazilian Northeast. The practice has changed the lives of the previously marginalized population, though the involvement of the members of the community helping to reduce poverty, generating equal opportunities to its members, and promoting gender equality. According to representatives of an NGO involved in the development of this initiative, it is women who command and maintain the operation of the project. One of the main points related to the productions of the peppers is the use of photovoltaic technology and hydroponics. The second one is Aroeira project. In the same region, along the banks of the São Francisco River, other small communities of high subdevelopment index, such as Piaçapuçu, has benefited from the introduction of the Aroeira project, developed and managed by an NGO called Instituto Ecoengenho and its partners. The project seeks to promote local sustainable development from the collection, beneficiation, and commercialization of pink peppercorn from the Aroeira tree. This ingredient is highly valued and appreciated in haute cuisine, both by flavor and aesthetic presentation. The local production has projected and timidly, even if timidly, this community from Alagoas in the international scenario and point to the feasible opportunities for sustainable growth of this population from the exploitation of the culinary basin. The last case is Ostras Depuradas de Alagoas, recently renamed Elementary Oysters. Still in Alagoas, gastronomy has been used as basis for the development of social technologies for local sustainable development that have positively transformed several small municipalities along Alagoas coastal line. These municipalities are part of a systemic and distributed project that aims to generate income and social development as well as promoting community-based tourism in this region from the production, purification, and commercialization of oysters. The project aims to establish a differentiated marketing strategy, adding value to the traditional production process of oysters, strengthening the local gastronomic culture, and the concepts of fair trade, consumption, and sustainable tourism. Since its launch, the project has received effective support of local trade through the elaboration of menus having the oysters as its main ingredient and promotion of gastronomic competitions for the dissemination of the products in the region. At the end of 2017, the project was certified among the 21 best social technologies developed in Latin America by the TS 2017 award offered by the Banco do Brasil Foundation in partnership with UNESCO. In all these cases mentioned, the gastronomy has been connected to the local and sustainable social development and addressed as part of the solution to the complex problems, such as those listed at the beginning of this article. To this end, the projects have benefited from the vocations of the territory and involved the communities in mixed actions, bottom-up and top-down, through the mobilization and involvement of various sectors and stakeholders, guaranteeing the success of the initiatives. It is also important to say that these initiatives are part of the development of the identity, and these communities that give birth to the new traditions, whose impact is on the quality of life and belonging of these components. So the results, it is subsequent recognition as a local culture and their heritage. In the three initiatives presented, we can identify design strategies in a systemic perspective at three levels: tactical, operational, and strategic. From the planning of the productive circuit to the final presentation of products, we can observe the protagonism of local communities and the appreciation of the culture and the history of the territory. Considering the various aspects raised, we highlight some challenges for the designer's performance in the projects that focus sustainable use of territory's resources. First, learning about the contexts and the local imaginary in a collective way. Second, develop participatory process and integrate stakeholders. Third, implement tools to support environmental sustainability and give visibility to initiatives and their achievements. Fourth, promoted the training of designers in a systemic perspective of design, among others. Well, the main contribution of this paper is to reflect on the application of theoretical and practical approaches of systemic design in emerging, complex, and biodiverse scenarios, such as one currently found in emerging economies like Brazil, identifying possible impacts of the design intervention related to environmental, social, economic, and cultural sustainability. Learning from development initiatives in a specific contexts is an important step for us to reflect on strategies that can support other communities that face similar challenges. Therefore, the importance of developing and adapting tools that support the design process, coupled with the peculiarities of the socioeconomic, environmental, and cultural conditions of emerging economies, is reinforced. Well, it's enough for today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you.